so much for coming to chat to me.
Thank you for having me.
So can we start off with your name and the company that you work for?
Sure, I'm Celia Dunleavy. I work for IPC as the VP of EMEA Sales.
So tell me about the partnership between IPC and OpenFin.
IPC and OpenFin have been partners for a few years now. We serve a very similar community of users, and we work in the workflow optimization space together with OpenFin. IPC works in obviously the voice trading space for part of our business, and we partner with OpenFin to add that in to some of the trader workflow optimizations that they have been working on the desktop.
And what does that mean for the IPC community?
So IPC's customers are all trying to execute their own trading strategy and across the desktop and all of the different applications that they either build or that they buy in. Voice being the last kind of area of unstructured data, they are trying to build that in to increase efficiencies and increase transparency within the trade cycle, which we can help them do.
My name's Adam Toms, and I'm the European CEO for OpenFin.
So can you tell us a bit more about OpenFin's relationship with IPC and what this means for your customers in the market?
OpenFin is bringing a unified desktop experience to users. Our technology in financial services is very widespread and used across nearly 4,000 different firms. What are we doing? Well, on the trader's desktop in particular in financial services, there's a very high number of applications. In fact, they use up to 36 applications a day. They switch between those applications over 1,100 times a day. And unbelievably, they can spend up to 2 hours a day searching for information. OpenFin's providing the technology that significantly reduces this friction, what we like to call a toggle tax, on the desktop. If you think about those applications, they're kind of composed of structured applications and unstructured applications and inputs. And actually, when we think about the relationship with IPC, it's a really, really important one. Voice is essential. As much as there's fantastic applications, lots of new data insights and so on, the power and the interactions of voice are still ever present in our day-to-day role. So how do we take and empower that voice communication? Obviously IPC at the front of that with their technology. With IPC Unity now running on OpenFin, we can bring the different levels of unification on the desktop together. Essentially, what does that mean? Well, applications can interoperate with each other in a seamless manner, creating very, very powerful workflows for the end user. And this is really what it's about. Why is that important? Well, it's definitely going to make a change to productivity. It's also going to lower operational risk. It also means that all those apps on the desktop are working much better for the user than they ever were before.
So can you describe the importance of voice trading in building relationships?
Just as in any relationship between humans, between companies, voice is a much better way to communicate sentiment and to get to a deeper level of analysis. So IM, for example, is good for very, very quick communication, but voice allows you to communicate in a much more rich and deeper manner. So voice on the trading floor is important, particularly for complex products. We did see during the pandemic, we saw that a lot of voice communities got torn away by big changes in where people were trading from, which platforms they were using to communicate with each other. And we see that rebuilding those ecosystems, those communities and those relationships is going to be very important over the next few years, and voice is a big part of that.
And what do you see as important over the next 6 to 12 months?
OpenFin's made tremendous progress over recent years. But it's certainly true that the industry, particularly in financial services, is now really embracing interoperability. We need to bring that interoperability to life. It's market-leading vendors like IPC who are leading the charge, leveraging the best of the OpenFin technology with their own to deliver real outcomes and solutions for their clients, which is critically important.
So what areas of growth are you seeing at the moment alongside OpenFin?
So post-pandemic and post-Brexit, we're seeing a lot of clients focusing on improving compliance and transparency for the regulators, but also fighting a bit of a talent war, trying to attract and retain talent, and also taking the next step within a digital innovation space.